Okay. I'm just not gonna wait. I've been like, I'm not even waiting. I'm just like sending stuff out. Okay. So, recently, I'm just gonna get right into it. I have like nothing else to say. Literally, literally yesterday, last night, not even yesterday, like just, it was like midnight. Um, there was a lot that happened in um a server that I was in. And I do want to discuss it because I think it's very important that I come on here and address what I can and use the platform that I've been given to talk about something that people have been seeming to avoid. Also, just want to know, like, is my mic working? Are we all good? I'm literally just using some random ass thing. Speakers, okay. All right, it looks fine. I have like no, there's no transition music, nothing. I just want to speak my piece. So okay, let me quickly go on YouTube real quick, and I will show people who I am discussing. Haven't seen you in forever. I know, guys. It's been really rough. I am really excited to say I'm actually going to a school for acting, and with that, I've been very busy, and a lot has happened. We missed you. We missed you guys too. I will make more content if I feel like it. Um, I just like I was really excited about like the last video I posted that I didn't get a lot of views, and I was like, oh, okay, so people say that they want more content, but they're not watching it, and it's hard. OMG, really, I'm proud of you. You can't hear anything, but I'll check the VOD later. Oh shit. I'm assuming it's just a you thing. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this VOD up. I usually delete them, but this one I'm going. So this person, they go by GoldN, like gold, you know. Um, they are a voice actor. You can tell they do a lot of voice acting, and one of my very good friends, Garden Head. Please go subscribe to them, by the way. They're an amazing actor. Was in this video, and I was so proud. Um, like so very proud because this is like a huge, like, I don't know if you can see, like, this is a lot of videos, and I think his videos are like his most popular videos are like, yeah, this is like the range of the most popular ones, and it's clear that like he's built a bit of he has built a platform for himself. Um because of this, one sec. Because of this, I um I reached out to my friend and I was like, "Hey, I saw this video. This is so cool. I want in because, I'm a voice actor." And he was like, "Yeah, for sure. Here's this server. Join." And immediately as I joined this Discord server, by the way, do not go to this Discord server. Because if you are actively supporting him. Because Discord does pay you if you get a lot of people. And I don't know if he's, signed up for that, but like either way, you being there adds to like a lot of stuff. So just don't join it. His invites are turned off anyways because people were like raiding it and stuff, so they have to check their mods. Um Basically I got into this I got into the server, and everyone was so nice. Everyone was very, very nice. I really liked the server. And so I took my shot and I reached out to this person on via Discord on my old Discord account. Recently my Discord has been inactive, like deactivated because for some reason Discord was like, you're doing some illegal stuff, and I don't even know what I did, but whatever, that's irrelevant. What I'm saying is that on my old account, which I can't sadly show, I did message him being like, "Hey, I'm a voice actor myself. I don't have as many subs as you, but I have 5,000. And I've been on YouTube for a little bit. I would really appreciate if like maybe I could like audition, maybe I could like send in like a voice recording. I would love to act as Tails because I looked through his videos and I didn't see anyone as Tails. However, I soon realized that there was a Tails actor. So I was kind of just being like, anything, give me anything. I kind of just want to like have a little bit of a boost, like a little collab. And I would really like to work with you because I love your impressions. And I did. He's a very good voice actor. I'll give him that. Um, I respect him as a creator, but not as a person. This what I'm saying is about him as a person, not as a creator. But however, I did ask, and obviously he was like, "Yeah, sure, send me in something." So I sent him a recording of my Tails impression and my Cream the Bunny impression. Um, and he was like, "Okay." Never got back to me. Whatever. It's like this in the industry. You audition for something and sometimes they don't ever respond to you. But um I still stayed in the server. I wasn't only there to audition or put myself out there. I was there also because there's a lot of voice actors there and I wanted to become acquainted with some people. Because my friend Garden had talked multiple times about how nice these people are. So I was like, all right, I'll meet them. And then I did develop like kind of like a good name in that server. Like people like I would chime in every once in a while. And honestly, I really like the server. Like the people there are really nice. And I have nothing against like the people who just like happen to join the server. I have nothing against the voice actors involved or the artists or whatever. This is all about this specific person, all about GoldN. The reason I'm talking about GoldN in specific is because um he is a voice actor. I'm a voice actor. I feel like when voice actors get controversy, it is, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of my obligation to like address that I don't associate. Um, because I don't want someone to go onto one of his videos and see I commented on it and then be like, oh, you're supporting this person. And he's not popular for his controversy. I want to say that barely anyone knows about it. If you're on Twitter, maybe you do know about it. He is a verified um, Twitter Twitter account, so if he is tagged in stuff, maybe like people actually do see it. I only found out about this because I was in the server, and people were spamming the chat, being like, "Guys, everyone get in here. This guy is a creep." Um, it was very weird. It was like I think it was like 11 at night. It was so weird. And obviously receiving all these notifications, he never goes in that fucking server, like never. The only time he does is when he posts announcements because he's a YouTuber, whatever. He's too cool for that. But he went into the server. He was like, "What the fuck are they all talking about?" And then sees this document written about him addressing controversies, and it is 160 pages long. It is a long thing. There are receipts, there are like statements, and it's clear that like a bunch of people have added into this. Um, I sadly don't really know these people like personally, and like don't know their names. Um, but I do know that one of my friend, like really good friend, who is like best friends with GoldN, did partake in this document. And I don't really want to share this document because this all happened like yesterday. Like not even I told you, not even yesterday. It happened like at like 1 in the morning. And I do want him to like apologize and publicly just want to say that like he needs to apologize publicly on his YouTube channel. Not even apologize. He needs to address controversies because what he has done is sadly you can apologize, but that's not something that people will forgive you for, and especially because they are not addressed to specific like it wasn't addressed to specific fans. It was addressed to the people on his literal team, the people who were working with him, making these videos with him. And um Excuse me, I'm confused by what you do. I'm sorry. I mean this in a very nice way. I'm like I'm explaining. Also, I love your profile picture. It looks very cute. Um, so in the document, it explains a lot of like very weird conversations where this person, who is 19 years old, just wanted to say that he has recently turned 19 in April, um, has been not caught, has been exposed of flirting with a 16-year-old. I'm pretty sure I kind of like didn't understand like the age thingy because honestly he was just blabbing and the document was so fucking long and when you don't know what's happening you can't really follow it. Um but I think he was 18 um when this all happened and he basically led this person on who is clearly a minor and um that's crazy and actually disgusting. And I want to say that um, he admits that feel anything to this person. I think there was another person that he did like lead on and then admit he didn't like them at all. And there's other people he led on, and he had a group chat where he would jokingly flirt with people in like sexual ways, and it was called the harem or something. Um, again, I probably sound crazy right now explaining this, but that's how crazy it is. That's how insane it is to be hearing that this 19-year-old who videos before even talking to him. This wasn't just someone that I like knew because someone knew. No, this is I'm pretty sure a lot of people here have like if you like Sonic, you've probably seen some of these videos because like look, this is like it's good stuff. Clearly they get a lot of views and um I don't know. It's just not good. Not a good look. Um the reason that I am upset about it is I don't even know how to say it. It's not well it is because, but it's not only because of the creepy proven conversations he's had with a minor. It's how he addressed it and how he went on with explaining it. There's like a couple videos, some people recorded it, just so like, they can quote him and stuff and review it later. But there were some parts that were cut out. And everyone was like, dude, you shouldn't do this. You can't do it here. This is sloppy. This is messy. It's too long. You need to like sit down, record it, get your thoughts straight, maybe write a script. This is messy. It was on stage on Discord, by the way, like 100 people were watching it. It was so late. People were so tired and so irritated. And he was not doing himself justice. In the beginning, I will admit, I was looking at some stuff and I was like, oh, okay. He seems genuinely sorry. Because it wasn't just the creepy allegations. He also like had like allegations of like being really abusive to the artists in his group and like abusive to the people who work with him and like underpaying because this is like a business, y'all. This is like he pays people because he gets views from this and then he uses their voice, he uses their art, and they need to be paid fairly. And he was underpaying them, being really rude to them and on calls multiple times, which sources like people have said like it's true. He's been incredibly rude to people who are clearly working with him. Oh, sorry, my throat is very dry. It's been a really hot second since I've like gone live, done videos, done anything. I've been talking for a hot second. Anyways, he was kind of defending himself in a way I was like, okay, I'll listen out. But then when he got to the part about this person, and then also said their name, which the minor in question, they never specifically said like, oh, don't say my name. It's just like saying that incriminates yourself. And also, if this was like a legal thing, hypothetically, like this could be like you can't say the minor's name. Like you just can't. When you're addressing it, you just can't say it. But the minor in question, hear me sound different? Thank you. The minor in question was like, yeah, just say my name. Let everyone know it's me. because everyone will defend me. And right they were, everyone did, everyone thought the actions were disgusting. However, some people agreed with the age gap in the relationship because the age gap was 2 years. I have been in a relationship that has had a 2 year age gap. However, I was in this relationship while I was, well, I am a minor. While being a minor, this person was also a minor. I was the older one of us two. And when you have an age gap, you also have a maturity gap. It's all about finding the balance in that maturity gap. That's why people say, like, if your grades don't touch, neither do you. That's why it's always like a blurred line with minors. Because it's like, isn't it weird for like a 13-year-old to date an 11-year-old because a 13-year-old's like, a teenager, and 11-year-old like just started middle school, like those things. Like it's about a maturity level. Like my boyfriend's a year older than me. But it's not in a way that's like weird because we're on the same wavelength of maturity and growth. And even if our ages are a little separate, that doesn't mean that our maturity is as well. Clearly, when you are, that's why it's taboo, not taboo. I guess, yeah, taboo. It's taboo for there to be an age gap of the age 18 and the age 16 because people do often say this 2 year age gap is like people's like maximum. Whenever someone talks about an age gap, they're like 2 years maximum. Else is weird with minors specifically. And then after that, you know how your like parents are like 5 years apart and they were met when they were adults. That's different. This person was introduced as a minor and was introduced as, someone who is clearly not of age and falls into this 2 year maximum thing. But GoldN does not. GoldN can date people older and it not be completely weird because GoldN is of the age of consent. This 16-year-old clearly wasn't. And people argue, but it's 2 years. But it's 2 years alongside literal legal stuff. Like, one person can give consent and the other cannot. That's completely unreasonable and just wrong. And I was very disgusted by seeing some of the people in the chat being like, "Hey, it's not that weird." But I think we all agreed in the chat, obviously, we all agreed that the overall of it is nasty and the messages were gross, and he would not show them on his like stream. He'd be like, "You can look at the doc, but I know there are minors here, so I want to spare them of seeing like this sexual stuff." But the sexual stuff involved a minor. And obviously, yes, do not show minor sexual stuff because, I'm a minor. I don't want to see what you did to this person who is like, also a minor. Um, one sec. Okay, continuing on. Um, I just like it was very odd to see like um people discussing it as if it was up to debate. Like if it was up for a challenge. Like no, it's not. It's the law. And hypothetically speaking, I do not want to speak for this person because obviously everyone does something different. But if this was me, I would take these messages and I would go file a report because that is sadly underage sexual stuff with someone who is overage. Um, and then honestly, it's just like morally wrong? Like, how do you not feel gross when this happens? How do you not feel like nasty when you're talking to someone in a sexual conduct that is so much younger? And I don't remember if he said it, but I'm pretty sure that he mentioned something briefly about like it being a friends with benefit relationship, which also implies more sexual like stuff because that means that this relationship is purely of sexual benefit. The benefit part of friends with benefit is mainly always sexual. It could be for like money and stuff, but in this situation, it's not. This is a 16-year-old. Why would this person want a 16-year-old's money? I don't even have money. Um, it's just like he was supposed to be the adult in the situation, and he was not. And it was very sad. Um, and it was also very sad to see the chat and see people who like were on the team who were voice actors like watch in and they're like, I didn't know this. This is heartbreaking. This is horrible. And then some people be like, guys, this is not true. And then some people being like, yeah, it is true. And it was just, it's a big discourse. And it was very sad. Um, because I just imagine what would my reaction have been if I had been allowed to be on this team, if I had successfully auditioned correctly and he wanted to use me? Would I have been involved in this controversy? Would I have seen this nasty side of him? Apparently, he's not a good boss. He does favorite people, obviously. Um, but he's also 19 and has a team of like 60 people, artists, animators, voice actors, a lot of people, um, editors, whatever. However, you do see YouTubers who manage to have even bigger teams and can avoid these controversies because they do truly care about the people they work with and the audience that they are going to be like sharing this to. Um, it was very clear that he was skipping over stuff. The chat multiple times was like, "You're skipping over stuff." He wanted to. He basically said, I'm going to read everything. I'm going to explain everything. And he tried to before he ended the thing because everyone was like, dude, this is not helping you. Um, and there were multiple times where he'd be like, oh, we're gonna skip this because it's not important. But everything was important. And he did actually invite some people who wrote this document, who had been very quiet until this moment, um, to join the stage and like speak up about it. And this person, I don't really know how to pronounce their name, um, is an artist. And they seem like a very, very sweet person. I actually really enjoyed talking to them, like hearing them talk. And they were being like, nope, you're skipping. Don't skip my part. Because they specifically asked to be on the stage during their specific part. Um, so um, it was just like so clear that there was like a very big imbalance and they were fighting, like they were arguing. And then he was like, I don't know what you want from me. And this person's like, honestly, I just want you to admit that you're wrong and like give up because that's truly what people want. People don't always want revenge or something. People want others to realize that they were in the wrong so then they can say that they were right. And that's true. Like that's why people ask for apologies. That's why apology videos exist. That's so people can get closure and just let it go, and maybe not even let go, just like calm down and accept the fact that this person is acknowledging what they did. But he was not acknowledging anything. He was simply bluffing, stalling, making excuses. I listened to the whole thing and it was just bullshit. So I just want to say this. I wanted to come in here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I don't need to anymore. As a voice actor, oh, sorry. I just skipped something. a lot of this was a power imbalance. One was a creator that had a lot of subscribers, and another one was a new creator, or like a not a big creator. That is a power imbalance. It is seeing someone as superior because they are more than you. It's like okay, it's not like this, but I'm going to use this as an example. Like when James Charles was, like rightfully, like he someone sorry, I don't know. Like when James Charles was sending inappropriate things to someone and then was like, "Well, I'm a YouTuber. I can do whatever I want." So this person wanted to stay with him because he was a YouTuber. That's a power imbalance. That is also considered grooming if it is taken to um, the extent of the person actually gaining something. Um, and that's like literally the definition. Use a power imbalance and everything. And um, if this is anything like the age is just a number, excuse, I'm taking names. I hate those kind of people. It wasn't even like an age is just a number. It was just like it was weird. And there were like multiple people. I think there was like one minor, but the rest of them, it was like clear that it was a grooming thing. He was using his power, but he was also using his mental disabilities, like mental illnesses and stuff. He claims that he's autistic or on the spectrum. Um, and he says that because of that, he has a really hard time with social cues and boundaries, which, yes, it's true, scientifically speaking, that people who are on the um, autism spectrum do struggle with um, social cues. That's just like a sign, like of autism. But that is not an excuse for not taking that responsibility, if that makes sense. Like, I think what people wanted was him to be like, I did this. Yeah, I did this. Sorry about it, but I did do this, and I'm completely in the wrong, and I will face my consequences. But he didn't. He was like, no, I'm not in the wrong. I'm not a good person. It was basically like the Colleen Ballinger thing where she was like, I didn't fucking do this, but I guess I'm a bad person now, and you guys can all hate me and kill me and stuff. And it's like, those are the things people don't want. That's not what an apology is. That's avoiding it. That's why it took hours, because also, this is kind of a side note. I did mention this to my friend. Um, when criminals are investigated, like when they're being interviewed, the interviewers usually think that people who speak the most are more suspicious than people who don't speak. Because if they don't speak and they're very minimum about what they say, that means that they're confident in their answers and they're confident that they're, innocent. But if you try to explain something so much, it seems like you're guilty. It's because you're trying to act like you're like so confident, but you're clearly not. And it's like you're just trying to stray away from the point. So he was just talking a lot, but there's only snippets of like stuff where like he was actually saying something like remorseful or like something that contributes to an apology or to like an acceptance. And it doesn't make sense. Um that is grooming, that is manipulating, and sadly, he doesn't see it. He sees it as a sucky relationship, as a relationship that didn't work out. And he said that the age difference was nothing. Like he was like, it's a 2-year age difference. People do it all the time. Like, what if I was 17 and this person was 15? Okay, but that wasn't what happened. This person was 16, you were 18, 19. I don't know the age. And either way, it was not okay, and it was very sexual, and this person could not consent. Um, he also mentioned on multiple occasions that he would ask for consent and the person would give him consent. 16 years old? I think in only like 2 states or something, some places in the world, 16-year-olds can give legal consent. But that's only in some places. I don't know where this person lives, but like if you think about it, like morally speaking, 18 is the legal age of consent. In some states it's like 17, 16, whatever. But like 18 is like where everyone stands. And um it's like, why is the adult asking for consent from someone who cannot give consent? It's clear that like even if this person were to give consent, they're not at the mental capacity to give that. That's why there's the age thing, because scientists have kind of like assumed, like estimated that like 18 is like when people start to develop like, you know, like that's when their prefrontal cortex is like kind of developing, um, in a way that's like, you know, better than when you're like a child. Um, and that's why like people think that 18 is a good age for like consent. But this person couldn't give consent. And he kind of used the excuse like, but they did give me consent. But it's not legal. It's not legal consent. That's like, so my boyfriend and I were both minors. That's like me giving consent to him. Like, yeah, sure, I'm giving you consent, but it's not legal consent. It's just consent. And this person even admits, I regret it, because that's what happens when these minors give consent. Sometimes they really do regret it. And that shows that it's like, it shouldn't have happened legally. Um, didn't JoJo Siwa try to defend Colleen? Yes. It was very dumb. She said that like people were like lying about it when there's literally nothing you can lie about. Everything is in proof. There's receipts. Same thing with this person. Um, but no, the big issue was leading people on. Um, one sec. Like leading people on, hurting people, manipulating people, underpaying work people, like work staff. Being abusive to work staff, overall just not a good person, not like, and he says like he loves his fans and that's why he like made that like apology thing, but it's clear that he loves himself and his reputation and his job, because it takes a really long time to get to 30,000 subscribers. Um one sec again. Sorry. All right. Hi. Um there was it's just like it's clear that he was doing it for a selfish point. And while this was happening, he was reading comments, and I was actually pretty happy because he read the majority of my comments, because obviously people agreed with them. He would read them out loud, and then he would respond to them, and most of his responses would be off topic to what I even said, um, and also like would contradict anything that he just said, and it's not right, it's not okay. Um, and now let me explain. The reason that I wanted to talk about this is because one, I'm kind of associated with this person. Um, Kind of in the way that like he knows of me, I know of him. You might see me in his comment section every once in a while. I'm like subscribed to him. As of right now, I actually have to subscribe to him. I was in the server for a very long time. I was like participated in a lot of stuff in the server. I'm friends with one of the voice actors that was on his team. Was on his team. Just want to say a lot of the actors quit. Um, and yeah, I'm just associated. And I want to say that using your fame and your platform for something negative like this is completely unacceptable and wrong. It is not something that can be easily forgiven, and is not something that can be easily forgotten. Um, Even if people don't remember this or don't see this Twitter thing, because it's on Twitter, it's not like it's a YouTube video. I just want them to know that this is not only specifically about this one voice actor, it's about a lot of other voice actors. I've had horrible experiences with a lot of voice actors that I am mutuals with. Um, and it's really hard to find the balance between friends and mutuals, workers, colleagues. It's weird because YouTube was supposed to be fun for me, and it is fun. But then I see this and I'm like, clearly this person hasn't been taking it as fun. They've been using it to an advantage that is lower than low. Um, a lot of voice actors do this. Um, especially voice actors who do uh, things like geared to kids. Oh, one sec. What? I agree with this. Just want to say this. Sorry, my mother came in because even when I'm literally like, I'm doing something important, she's like, I'm important, which is true. She is very important to me. Um, I just want to say, yeah, I don't know why apologizing is so hard. Um, recently, um, kind of off topic, but on topic, in my Discord server, I did talk about the politics with Israel and Palestine. And I was very biased in my opinion because I live in a very Jewish neighborhood. I'm not Jewish. Um, and a lot of my opinions are surrounded about we should free Israel instead of and Palestine should burn. And that was very hard for me to understand. So I pushed my opinion onto people. But however, after doing my own research, I can develop my own opinion. And I stated in my server that I was truly sorry and I was very ashamed of myself for supporting a genocide um, by sharing certain things. And people honestly messaged me being like, thank you. I was a little worried that you wouldn't talk about this. And it's like, it's those simple things that you can just apologize for. Like in another server, I like almost fucking like um I almost promoted myself, and then they were like, "Oh, we don't allow that here." And I was like, "Okay, I'm really sorry about that. I didn't mean to." And they were like, "Okay, no worries." I deleted my thing. Done. When you apologize correctly, you don't need to address it again. However, when you do not apologize correctly, that is when people start to ask more questions, and that means that something was missing and something wasn't right. Sometimes things are more complicated. You need to address more, or like not everything can be addressed. Like that document was so long. Maybe he will miss something. He will miss stuff. But it's just very hard to see that people don't understand that their apologies are sometimes not apologies, they are simply excuses. And sometimes even addressing it is still ignoring it. I think that using your fame, your platform, everything as a power imbalance is completely wrong. Um, or like to your advantage. Completely wrong. Um, Using your platform that you have been given for good is what is expected because clearly the algorithm liked you and wants positivity, even though YouTube sometimes really promotes negative stuff, whatever. But not everyone wants to see the negative. And people really want to believe the good in people. And that's the same thing I wanted to believe with this person. I really wanted GoldN to be a good person because I saw him as someone to look up to. Again, power imbalance. I looked up to this person. That's why
it was a little hard for me to accept that this happened because I was so stuck on the fact that he was a really cool person. I mean, cool creator, not cool person. It's not a cool person. It's also good to just want to say to separate person and creator from each other. Right now, I am talking to you as a creator, but when I was talking about like opinions and stuff, I was talking to you as a person. Um, like when I was mentioning like my boyfriend's age difference, my old relationships, that was me as a person. Creator wise, I'm talking about my platform. I'm talking about this other YouTuber. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes that line does get blurred, same as creator and friend. But I think it's um, good to just take accountability. And I will always be the first to say that taking accountability makes you feel better. It just does. I was like, wow, he probably feels disgusting with himself right now. He probably hates himself right now. And that's very sad because no one was put on this earth to hate themselves. But sadly, he did something that will make him feel bad, and until he apologizes, I'm pretty sure he will not get that closure, unless he is really just not a good person, which might be the case, and he will never get that closure because he doesn't need it, and he doesn't care, and people don't care, and it's very sad. That's the end of the stream. Um, I've said my piece. Thank you for listening. I'm going to leave this video up. I'll probably put a thumbnail on it, because yeah. Damn, I've been almost talking for like an hour. Holy shit. Uh, as a reminder, I do not make any money from these videos. I'm not monetized, and this is not going into my pocket talking about this. That's it. Bye.